crafty creatures. My microphone is super far away, so I gotta move it closer. Oh my goodness. Eh. Yeah, so when I'm not streaming, I have my microphone pushed back. So, oh my goodness. So, we're at damn near close to 92% of this project. So, if I could organize everything, that would be fantastic. Also, 4 days without my meds is not fun. After this stream, they're filling it right now, so it'll take 15-20 minutes. But after I'm done stream today, and I might end a little early because I would like to be able to focus for work. But yeah. Well, I've been exhausted because, well, I've been spending a lot of spoons keeping myself going. Because unfortunately, I don't just get to have off days. It's the unfortunate realism of having type 1 diabetes. Is I don't get days off. I can't just not. So I spent a lot of spoons just keeping myself mobile. But knowing I can go get my meds after this is very, very handy. So let me toss you guys a number of how many stitches I have left. Even though, like, let's get down even closer. There we go. Oh, well, hello! Thank you for the follow. We do therapeutic stabbing. Oh, there's one of those little commercials Spaz was warning us about. There we go. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. We got... Oh, no, that's not what I want. We're working on one of the big colors today, 745. I've actually been working on it for a good portion of the weekend. And let's see. Let me hit the checkbox here and update some numbers so I can tell everybody how many stitches I have left. Let's see. We have 2,108 stitches left in this cross stitch. It has been a little over a year since I've been poking away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I dusted this out. Like, I've got a really neat little hand vacuum cleaner to replace canned air, or a blower, I should say. And so far it is really rather incredible. But I got all the dust out of the dark colors. Like, it just is so much nicer with it being dusted. I mean, the lighter colors it looks better too, but yeah, I really noticed the dust in the dark colors. Oh my goodness. this weekend I had big grandiose ideas of getting stuff cleaned and organized, and I got a little bit cleaned and organized, but unfortunately I didn't feel very good at all this weekend, on top of not having my ADHD medication. So it was a rough go this weekend. But I'm so excited. Like 2,100 stitches. I can probably get down below 2,000 today during this stream. So and I would normally be able to stitch after stream, but meds are important, so I'm gonna get those, and then I have schoolwork I gotta finish, because though I started my final project, I started my casework. I still have a couple things I have to do before I have to go to work today, so there won't be a whole lot of cross stitching after I come back from getting my meds. Which, that's number one. Like everything else can wait. Number one is getting that med, because my executive function is awful. I spent all weekend knowing I had stuff I had to do, and then fighting tooth, nail, and claw to get the few things I did get done. Okay. I'm finishing up this feather here. At least around the background around this feather. Oh my goodness, that sneeze, yeesh. Ugh. So in this section, I'm doing blocks of 10, 10, 20. Depends on how much is in the space. Like when I come down here, I'll just be working in a block of 10. Actually, the next two ways down, I'll just be working in the blocks of 10. I think the last one, I'll do a 20. But I did a 20 on the start, but it goes down. It's a smudge. It's a swish this way. Like all of this open area is all going to be the color I'm working on. My nose is not doing me any solids. So we got a little bit of weird work up here. Skip 2 and 2. 1, 2, and then 2. And I have to change string, which is always the way. So I'm gonna do the half stitches, and I'm gonna start the new one on the way back, so I can kind of preserve string, I guess. I don't know as if at this point in my adventure it really mattered, but at least I know where I need to be. So, last night I posted, generally I just post to my small groups. I post to my Facebook page. I still have so much on my list. I took it as easy as I could because my brain, even though I'm not actually doing something, my brain does not shut up. That's another thing that my meds really, really help with. And I know people don't get to see the inside of my brain. I think honestly people would understand a lot better if they could. But my meds at my dose do not make me cathartic. They do not slow me they do not slow me and or my brain down to a point where I seem like I'm a zombie. It would take a whole lot of meds to slow me down to that point. What it does do is that it gives me a tool in which I can play red light, green light with some of my harder to manage things. Like, hey, I have this list of things to do, and my brain going, fuck off! I'm gonna do this instead because this has no deadline, but this is what I want to do. That's a whole lot of my life. So that was a lot of my weekend. I did get a couple of things I needed to get done. But for example, I do stencil work. And on some of the fabric that I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would check in your, I don't know. But I do stencil art, and in order to dye and to stencil the fabric that I do, and it all comes from thrift stores. Like I upcycle best I can. It has to take a bath in vinegar. Now, not generally a huge deal. Vinegar is pretty mundane, and I generally just fill up a sink and let it soak and then rinse it out. Well, I did not do that this time. I actually ran it through my washer and I'm air drying it so that it actually gets some of the harder to get out wrinkles out. Some of my stencil work, I grab the fabric and I go, okay, I'm gonna do this now. With the stencil work, I don't necessarily need to bathe it in vinegar. It gets a spritz afterwards. Even though acrylic paint is in fact waterproof, I don't want to risk it. But I today have washed. I have some white, and I got a load of colorful ones that I've washed in vinegar. It also helps. Set dye, and so I got that all done. We're gonna see how things came out and whatnot, and I don't know. we're gonna see. But I'm trying to get it all clean so I can organize it and have it on my hey, I'm gonna do this list. I measured I measured to see how feasible doing a furniture shift is, and it's feasible, but I don't have a whole lot of time. So this weekend would have been a good time to do it. At the same time, I had no spoons, so it didn't get done. I did bake cookies though. I baked cookies this morning, so I'm hoping in listing the things that I've done, you can kind of guess, like, my brain is just all over the place, and I get stuff done, and it looks very productive, but it is nowhere in the same galaxy of the things that I should be getting done, because I had cookies that I didn't need to bake. They're good sugar supporters. They're nice to have around. I had other pressing things that I should have been doing before that. Mostly I just have a big headache, and it's from existence. The big one, the big one that's been getting me is the not using the facilities when my body says I need to. But yeah, a lot of the things my medication takes care of is internal. And while I can hide most of them away from the rest of the world, it doesn't always work that way, and it doesn't always work that well. I'm very fortunate, the husband creature. Well, Saturday I was just dead to the world. Saturday I was kill me, shoot me now. Sunday I got a few things done. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm sticking to the 10 lines here. Yeah, this is where the 10 line is. I could easily go over, and can't wait till I get to the solid bit because I hate the popcorn. But there's a lot of transition, so I gotta accept it. And unfortunately, I have to accept one other thing. 1 second. I will. I will be right back. I am back. Whoa. Pixie says hello to everyone. She's been by my side because she knows I haven't been feeling good. It's nothing like there's nothing like a 70-pound animal that thinks their love is the cure. What are you doing, ma'am? There's no space for you under there. I would like to go under there. 1 second. She's getting scritches. She's a good girl. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Oh. I don't know. I can get through this day. I can. Yeah, I only have, looking at my count, I only have 216 stitches of this color left to do. This color will hit 0 by the end of the day. It was a big color. It filled in a lot of empty space in the feather. It filled in the quill. I mean, there's still gaps in the quill, like the quill here. But it filled in a lot of vacant space, so I'm super pleased. Pig, can we stop licking the floor? So, I posted a picture of what this looks like outside my Discord, in another Discord through the Scroll Station, and not sure how serious they were about it or not, but someone's like, "How much would you charge for one of those?" And they were also asking about my other project, Buffalo Woman. And my answer was, I would probably ask $2,500 for a Rainbow Infinity if I were to do it for someone like just what's up? Just for like, hey, I want 25 would be what I would ask for this if I didn't know. Oh, nice. And then White Buffalo Woman would be a conversation. Because so far everybody's just been floored. Like, I've tossed out a couple of numbers for Buffalo Woman that I would take into consideration. But everybody seems so floored by it, and I understand, but at the same time I'm like, dudes, it's 5 years of my life. That's 206,000 stitches. What is left of Buffalo Woman is the entirety of Rainbow Infinity. And yeah, Buffalo Woman is definitely a conversation, because the price that I've been tossing out, and some part of it is a deterrent. But if someone's gonna pay me $25,000, and that's kind of like the base I'll think about it price, that is $25,000, like, for that kind of money. But and that's my starting number. Like, or that is my base level. If someone were to ask me, I'd probably be like, yeah, 40,000, and we could talk from there, kind of thing. But the Buffalo Woman is not the kind of I love doing cross stitch for the sake of giving it to people I love. I'm not in it for, like, if you want to support me, I have patterns, I have cloth, I have stencil art, I have diamond art. Like, I have things that I make that I sell, that I make them, I sell them, I don't have any emotional attachment to them. When I make a cross stitch, it is a lot of my time, is a lot of my life that goes into these. So I don't make them and do them willy-nilly. So when I have to answer the question, well, how much for that? It's very hard to put a price on it. And yes, there are people out there who are like, oh, a Nicholas Stitch. Those are for, like, the little ones. Like, I could totally see that. Like, Nicholas Stitch, I got you there. Like, I've done that. Like, I make I make paw prints with wings to commemorate past pets. I customize the paw print. If it was a bunny, I find the bunny paw print, cats, dogs. I have a goat one, but I customize the paw print and the colors and whatnot. And I mean, they're $10, $15. Like that's what they are. There's no deep emotional attachment, but I've spent years working on a lot of these projects, so it's not that putting a price on them's a little hard. And waking up and choosing violence, that's a valid thought. I gotta figure out where I am, where I ran off to. I will try, like, when Rainbow is off her mount, off her frame, I'm gonna put her next to Buffalo Woman, because the end of the month is coming up here soon. End of the month is in 3 days, so on Thursday. So Thursday or Friday, I will try to have. I'm definitely hoping to have Rainbow all done. Because today is a Monday, Tuesday Rainbow. Wednesday I am not on, and Thursday is Buffalo Woman Day. I'll probably take Wednesday and work on Rainbow a little bit. Because I truly want to have her done by Friday. But after Rainbow is done, it'll be a Buffalo Woman sprint. To close out the season. But after those two are done, we got Divine Instinct, and we have Captain Penis. Or Call Dance Dionysus. For those of you who and it's not a tease, because I know that with Buffalo Woman, when she was the only one I was doing on stream, I was getting 5% a month, and she has 12% left. So I have a craft fair coming up, March 26th. So I'll be trying to get stuff done for that too. Geez, I have a lot going on. And it's moving slow. It's moving smoothly, like, except for these past 3 days. Past 3 days, I slept a lot. I think I've almost reached the point where it's just all this color until the bottom. So that'll zip right by. Yep. Okay. From this point down in this box is just this color. So I love a good round of fill in the blanks. The beauty of just having the not having to worry about gapping anything is I don't necessarily have to look at the pattern. I probably will because I like filling in the spots, but Oh, I'm glad you found just one charger. Or did you find them both? Or was it a one and the same charger? Whew, we're down to 144. So, because I really want my, I really want to just go down and get my meds, get back to my house. Once I hit 0 on this color, I'm gonna call the stream. It could be 11:30. It could be 10 of 12. Once I hit 0 on this color, I'm calling it a day. Just because I hate going out on days I work. It is really rough that I have to go to therapy on days I work, but especially when I stream, it messes up my groove. So the fact that I have to go out at all does not make me happy. The one upside is I can purchase some things I need for the week. Because I was so out this weekend that I did not get a damn, not a single bit of shopping done. Did not leave at all this weekend. In all fairness, had I been feeling better, I probably would have finished most of this weekend. I'm still not at 100%. So. And unfortunately, it's nothing. Fortunately / unfortunately. Oh my goodness. The other fun thing is so with the conversation scripter, one word answers. Those are always fun. Um like how is swimming going? Good. What's she doing? Swimming. One word answers are always fun. It'll teach her how. uh, or great, you should come see her sometimes. I feel it. I totally do it too. That works too. That's always a safe option. Yeah, I laid on the couch and watched YouTube all weekend. That is all I did. And I caught Squirrel Dad. That was about all I did. Now, don't get me wrong. I did work on this a little bit. Like I got several color. I got at least one color every day down to 0. Um, 745 has been the biggest tackle color. The color that has the most stitches next is 210, which is up here. 210 fills in this area right here. It's a very light purple. Oh. Yeah, this one had 660 something when I started out. Well, I kind of wish you had been my mom. My parents, if it didn't match their schedule, they had no interest, and I had to find my own way there and back. Um, I remember I had swim lessons, and I'm very good at swimming. But it's like my mom would drop us off, and my dad would pick us up after he got out of work because I don't even know, like. Mhm. But because of these kinds of things when I was growing up, I didn't really participate in anything that I wanted to, because in addition to to doing the thing, I would have to find my own way back and forth, because it always just seemed like a huge burden for my family to pick me up or drop me off from any place. And it was never overt. It was never a no, we can't do that. It was always an eye roll, a sigh, or a I guess I can figure something out. That kind of thing. And hello, dragon. Oh, jeez. No. Mine was kind of the same way. She would stay for it, but at the same time, she would just pick on everything. It got to the point where I just, in high school I was in a lot more things, because by that point in time I'd made some friends. Um, Not a whole lot, but some. Yeah. No, I've never needed a trip to the ER or anything like that, but anytime I tried to like exercise independence because of my diabetes, they let's just say like they didn't care about me until they could exercise power of you shouldn't have done that. You didn't have this. Like, yeah. My mom was only nosy when it benefited her. To this day, which is damn near close to 25 years later, my mother does not let me forget the time she volunteered to sew dresses for Oklahoma, and she was so tired because she hadn't gone to the doctor because she was tired. She had an underactive thyroid, but she was pushing through it because no, there can't be anything wrong with me. But to this day, to this day, I still hear about how some other moms who were genuinely just trying to help, how Mary Beth's mom did the dresses better, and everybody liked hers but didn't like my mom's. Now the truth is no one cared. I still have my dress from Oklahoma. It still fits. Good Halloween costume, good LARPing. But I can promise you, I hear that story all the time. Well, so and so did this and so did that. Do you remember when they were in high school and they used to act like this? It's like, yeah, that was 20 years ago. Some of us do grow up. But I never forget the time that she volunteered to sew dresses and was so exhausted because of her undiagnosed medical condition. And that no one took pity on her because it was undiagnosed. Ugh. Ugh. And then I got... unless it can be about them, they don't have any interest. Is pretty much what I've learned from the existence of myself. If it can't be about them, they don't care. Almost done this section. And I stop and I think how many times I defended her behavior. Like that's yarn barf. Like up until my grandmother passed. And even after she passed, I would stand up for my mother's behavior going, "Oh, that's just who she is. She's going through a rough time." But just looking back, it was every time was a rough time. And I think part of the reason I was so skittish to get any sort of mental health diagnosis is because my mother always used hers as an excuse. Even though in like she would talk out of both sides of her mouth. In one breath she'd be like, "Oh, it's my autism that I really haven't diagnosed, but because I walked on my tippy toes, that's why I have it." And this was back early 2000s. I had just gone off to college. And I walked on my toes and that's why I have it. Like, okay, well, I walk on my toes. Does that mean I have it? Funny enough, 20 some odd years later. But I've also gone through years and years and years of testing and analysis and denial. And I think that's, "Oh no, you couldn't have this, you're too smart," is a lot of what I heard. You know what you could do if you just applied yourself? Yes, motherfuckers, I do in fact know. My and that's what really happened is after her mom passed, and it was traumatic. I'm not going to take away from the trauma that she experienced with her mother dying in her arms. Not going to take away from that. That is a very traumatic experience. I suggested a grief coach, a grief therapist, someone to talk to, because I know that I'm only going to get upset and I'm not going to be able to help if she starts talking to me about how my grandmother died in her arms. I'm not going to be of any use. It's not fair to me to put your grief onto me, where I still cry at Moana's, because my grandmother is very much like Moana's grandmother. I can't handle that level of grief, and I'm getting to it with my therapist. But my mother piles it on and then gets upset when I get upset about her talking about her problems, and I'm like, this is why you need a neutral party. You need a neutral party to talk about your problems that you know will upset your family members. And I got tired. I was like, no, you need to talk to a therapist. You have anger issues. And she does. She still, to this day, has anger issues. But I just don't deal with it anymore. I feel the sarcasm. But it's... And anyone who hears this, it's not you. It's not. Like, I'm sure there are some instances where it was me. And those instances are fine, because it was me. But 99% of anything that you might think, it's not you. You can't make someone feel some way. I can't go up to Jules and go, you need to feel grief for the suffering that I've gone through. I can't make her feel grief. She can have empathy and feel with me, but I can't make her feel bad for the situation in which I went through. but that is what I sense that a lot of our parents expect, because that's what their parents made them expect. And now that we're like, fuck this, I feel bad, but have you tried something else? Um, and that's the huge thing is they haven't. Okay, let's see. Just because it's a weird spot, I'm gonna get this one. Okay. Eh. Ugh. But for me, like I'll tell you, I don't need anybody to feel bad. I'm fine. I I've had the time to process and grieve, or not grieve, but that's my burden to carry. If I can help where I can, I will. But I love y'all, but I'm not carrying your issues. I'm not. I'm not a pack mule. I can take them. I can handle them for a little bit, but ultimately, I'm gonna give them back to you for you to work on. Yeah. Ooh, we're down to 91. We're down to 91. Yeah, and I suspect Dragon is the same way. It's 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 hard to, because every time I tried to talk to my mother about this, because I did, I tried to talk it out. I tried to talk it out with her, and all I got was I was doing the best I could with what I had, which I understand. That's a reasonable answer. The thing is she's not trying to she's not trying to stop and be a better person moving forward. It's not about. I don't want the past to change. We can't change the past. That's why everybody who watches, I thank them for the gift of their time. You can't take it back. uh, ooh, I might. I almost broke stuff. Oops. Okay, that's gonna go over there because I would have been sad. I feel it. Oh. I'm trying to get go today. Because I need to. I have this little area and this little area left. And then I'm calling it a day. At least until I go and get my slowdown. Until I get my record screech of the day. Dogs are going to be mad at me because I'm going to toss them in their kennel and then run away. But for me, it is quite literally to go get my pills, come home, and then get ready for work. Whew. Let's see. This week, today and Tuesday are normal. Wednesday is therapy and well, this week's pretty normal for me. Therapy and work. Then I think I'll have an answer by tomorrow if I'm swapping my Thursday and Friday for time off because for a coworker. And then next week is my week from fun. Like the week after, Wednesday. Normally I would stream, but I'm not streaming because I have a training that I do not need, but I have to go to. So I have that training. And then Friday, I'm getting my eye lasered. So I'm going to be down and out for my entire weekend off again. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna have some fun. think I've reached the point where where it's a solid. Okay, so this is my marker spot. Oh, let me. This is one of the areas where I'm kind of doing 10, but I'm also kind of doing 20. Because up here, I didn't go out to the 20, but down here, I might. Because the last bit, like, it goes out to this line here, like in this little area. It goes out to, of course, you can't see where my hands are. Because my camera decided to mutiny. But yeah, right here, it goes out a little bit, and yeah, so. Just stare at my cross stitch. Stare at the color blending. Even if you don't see it, know that I am cross stitching. Yeah. That's one of the things that I'm currently trying to organize a little bit better, is all of my yarn. It's one of my side projects. And if she does, she does. If not, well, okay, good day for you. Dragon, of course, picks definitely a more violent option. Don't give her the power of expectation. The more she lives rent free in your head, the more stress it'll cause you. Because her living rent free in your head doesn't stress her out one bit. My best guess is she's waiting for you to question question her as to why she hasn't responded yet, and then she can make up an excuse on how you assume the worst of her. So, yeah. I'm I'm almost done this little section and the color, so I'm almost done for the day. I'm really trying to get myself, like, this is a prime example. I want and need my meds. I want and need my meds. Do I want to leave my house to go get my meds? Fuck no. I don't want to have to get up, finish getting dressed, go down, get my meds, come home. Like, it's just too many steps, but at the same time, I need these things. So, and that's not including the 2 assignments that I still need to get done before I go to work today. So, but now talking about it, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. So it's so frustrating. And the pharmacy's only a mile away, and that's what sucks so much. I literally hop in my car, and I can even make it a twofer. I can get dressed like I'm getting ready for work, hop in my car, and get it all done. But I only have a little bit left here. So, I'm gonna finish this color. Oh. Okey-doke, let's see. That is not 13. Okay, well, it says I have 13 stitches left and they're all over the place. So I'm going to call that a good solid 0. And I'm ending a little early, but I need to in order to do the things I need to do. I will be back tomorrow and I will have probably a whole new color going on. And yeah, we filled in this entire gap. This used to be open. Filled in that entire gap today. So, all kinds of fun. Oh, let me give you the stats. So we started off at 91.83% with 106 stitches. We are closing out the day with 329. We are at 92.7%. We have 1885 left for stitch count. So we're definitely gonna be cruising along here soon. So, everybody have a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds. I'm gonna go get my meds. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.